I know the country and the state is in great hands. So knowing the growth of Hyderabad and the way your father has really changed it from how it was and what it became, I'm sure the new capital will also become very great. And I'm from Chennai, so just a few kilometers is your Andhra Pradesh. So looking forward to a lot of investment basically in the water and wastewater treatment arena. Also, we are also into breweries and distilleries. So we took over a Belgium company way back in 2011. So I would also reach out to you, as I told you, have your number. We'll see with a concrete proposal to see how we could invest better. And with the whole landscape changing, I'm sure the other states would really see red the way you people are going. And 25% of the national investment, that means worldwide investment is brilliant. So God bless and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words. We got Royal Enfield.
Oh, wow.
So we are really excited. They're building the plant now. It's the first plant outside of Tamil Nadu. So I met with the leadership and we're super excited about it. So Royal Enfield to fighter jets, all in Andhra Pradesh. But on a lighter note, yes, water management is going to be more and more critical. Wastewater to even desalination, the whole 9 yards. So more and more work is happening in the direction. Especially with Visakhapatnam growing at the pace at which energy requirement is one part, water requirement is the other part. Well, of course, we have Polavaram bringing a lot of water to Visakhapatnam, but long-term sustainability is going to be critical. So we'd love to have a conversation and take it out. And any contacts in Tamil Nadu, please do share with us. We'd love to steal business. Thank you.
Yes, madam.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Papri Chatterjee from ETV Bharat. Actually, what I wanted to ask you is, you had spoken for support of building a TTN temple over here in West Bengal after you had spoken to our Chief Minister Shubhendu Adhikari. Have you got any promises on having where to have this land, or at all if you can go ahead and build this temple? If you just could let us know. Thank you.
Let me switch to politics very quickly. No, I mean, the Honorable Chief Minister was very kind. As soon as I asked him, he said, absolutely, we need to build a temple. So he said, send a team over, we'll show the pieces of land and then they can decide where they should build. So once I go back, the chairman of TTD will come here and touch wood soon, will break ground, and Lord Balaji should be here in Kolkata.
Thank you, sir. Sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, we are from Calcutta. We are IT-enabled services provider. Our head office is Calcutta. We want to invest in Andhra Pradesh also. We want to open a branch office in Andhra Pradesh. We want some commitment of orders for government. Can it be possible? Because our investment cost to some extent, we can minimize from that side.
Sir, India is a very big market and the AP government is a very small part of that big market. So as a state, we do preferred access for local companies, but it is not guaranteed. Because we are also bound by the frameworks that Government of India and the state government has. So it could be CAG or various other institutions have frameworks in place. So for us, we have to watch our pricing very carefully. So
while preferred access is there, local companies though.
No, preferred access hai, but we'll have to match in case someone is able to beat the tender, then I have to go with the price.
Price also. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. My name is Shumra Mandal. I lead a big machine building company in Germany called SimpleCamp. We are in India for the last 60 years, and as all European companies, we have larger production facilities in China, and now we are planning, or even we are doing foreign direct investment in India. So I would like to ask you whether there are any special programs for foreign direct investment in Andhra Pradesh, because we are just looking for the sites where we go, for the locations where we can go, and if there are any special assistance for European or German companies in order to place that foreign direct investment.
well, we are yet to build a German city, but manufacturing city in Andhra Pradesh. But rest assured, we have an industrial policy. So I'll be more than happy to meet after the session, share the policy frameworks with you. Apart from that, depending on the sector that you do the manufacturing, and there are specific zones where we are focused, which is closer to the market and so on and so forth. So that's something that we'll be more than happy to share. Yeah? Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Ravi, just once again, if you can raise your hand. Yep, perfect. Thank you. I can hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Vikas Tangalia from Decon. We are manufacturing railway components in West Bengal. We are supplying to all Indian railways. Yes. We want to set up a plant in Andhra, if possible. So Andhra or South, any South India, because we are supplying to all Indian railway. So if you set up a plant in South, so it would be beneficial for us for the logistic point of view. So if you can guide us in this, so it would be very helpful to us.
No, absolutely. What we will do is, with the leadership, I'll share the Economic Development Board contact. If you can just share your note to them, they'll really get on it and we'll close it.
So whom
And
to
as I
connect,
said,
please, if you can guide us.
I'll do it, sir.
Please.
By the time I'm done with the session, I'll definitely share that. Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
And welcome to Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, thank you.
So now you have no option. You can't go to any other southern states. You have to come to Andhra. Thank you.
Definitely, definitely.
And in ICC also, we will have a particular person nominated for the Andhra investments. So you people can coordinate, we'll share all the details and all, and we'll discuss with the economic board directly and see how to bridge and facilitate it.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ramesh Pillai, and you will be happy to know that we have a Tirupati Balaji temple, which is more than 100 years old near Shalimar station, sir. There is Andhra Association, Andhra School, which is more than 100 years, sir, in Calcutta. So Bengal, Andhra, we have a very good relationship, sir. And I'm sure a lot of people will be investing in, sir, I'm a spice exporter. We are one-star export house of spices. And I would like to know what is the incentives that Andhra government is giving for putting up a cold storage in Guntur area, sir.
So food processing, depending on the quantum of investment and the nature of investment and the commodity, there is typically a fixed capital incentive that is given. Again, over a certain size gets tailor-made incentives, but cold storage won't get there. Over a 2,000 crore investment would get there. But we would love to have this conversation. The Minister for Food Processing, which is under the Agriculture Minister, they will reach out to you. So I can have, again, as the chair has said, we'll create a contact in ICC here who can directly then coordinate with the EDB. So we'll be more than happy to share all the policies which are already in place. So there's a specific policy targeting clients like you.
So is the government giving land also for building up a cold storage?
That I'm not certain. Let me come back.
Okay, sir.
I
Thank
think
you so much. Thank
you share your proposal and we'll work it on. I think, sir, listening to you, we are even excited. I think ICC should also have its office in your state.
Done. We'll give you our Economic Development Board office is world class. We can have a nice chamber there.
Great, great.
The chamber can have a chamber there.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think then we can coordinate closely. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. This is A. Sarkar. I have a firm, RCA Risk Management Consulting. I represent a Canadian company which is into urban waste management. It's a multifaceted, outcome-oriented project where you not only reclaim your wastelands for better use, you also have carbon credits, prevent greenhouse gas emissions, and also some bit of captive power generation. So I'd like to know from you if you have any vision in this direction so that we can work together.
So we are going about in that journey actually. So we're reclaiming a lot of land. Waste is now getting transported. We already have PPAs in place, which were executed between, I think, 14 to 17. Somewhere there, I think there were already PPAs that were executed. Waste to power. So we can share that, and if there are any opportunities, I'm not sure whether things are available in that area, because I remember that CM was very bullish about it and he got it all done. So I don't know ki there's more waste going to get generated to then convert it to energy where state can buy that energy. So we'll come back to you on that, but I take your point. Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Please be, yeah. Mr. Agarwal, yeah.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. My name is Sagar Agarwal. Yeah. I'm an educationist in Bengal. We're running a successful group of schools, K-12 and colleges. So it's very exciting to hear about the investments pouring into Andhra Pradesh. That means that the employability increases there. And you did mention earlier today that one of your premier goals is to increase the employability into many, many lakhs. My question is somewhere in the education line. So today, the capital development for a student, the timeline ranges anywhere from 10 to 15 years. But as we know, the industry demands change every year, now even overnight. So is there a feedback loop system that you all have managed to maintain with the government and the industries, with the institutions, so that the children are kind of coping up with the demands? And tying it back to Bengal, because there's so much employability in Andhra Pradesh, that gives a big scope for our students and the students of Bengal to come to Andhra and work there. So what can we do to collaborate this and ensure that that is happening in a much effective way?
So on the curriculum bit, absolutely. So I don't know whether you've been following what's happening in Andhra in higher ed. We've just started our phase of reforms, where the role of Commissioner Higher Education, as we call it, and then the APSHI, which is the body which comes about with the curriculum and gives a guidance note to the private sector and the government, universities. We've just about started that entire process. Because I was actually very focused on school at first. We had a lot more challenges there. So we just finished that entire reform. So what we are doing is, in my speech I spoke about clusters. So we have 22 clusters getting built out. And each of these clusters have a vertical and horizontal integration. Now vertical are all the components that go into making the cluster. Let's take electronics manufacturing, right? Sure. From the PCB board printing all the way down to the finished product shipping out, all the verticals have to come into the cluster, but there's also a horizontal, which is the education, testing, training, skilling, so on and so forth. So during my last visit to Russia also, we met a leadership at Rosatom, where we're talking about bringing in their Critical Mineral Institute to do a center of excellence in Andhra University, which is one of our premier government universities in North Andhra. Because that's what we need. Because otherwise we really don't understand from beach sand all the way to monazite to various other products that come out. Probably sir understands, I don't understand. So what are the different components that are there? So we want to go about it very structured and capture the entire value, because I'm a greedy guy. I want to capture the entire value in my state.
Right.
I don't want even titanium dioxide to happen or titanium slug to happen outside my state. I want to capture it in my state, the entire ecosystem in my state. So we are using that kind of a vertical and horizontal integration as we go about. A great example of it is BITS is building now their campus in Amravati, and it's all going to be around quantum. India's first 150 qubit quantum computer from IBM, it just got cleared from US government. It's going to land in 3 months in Amravati. So we have a very thematic based approach. So why are we doing this? Because that's where industry plays a larger role. Industry feedback aayega. So like Aditya Mittal is doing a material sciences university in Anakapalli, because he's doing a specialty steel plant, right? So we are using the industry to give us a lot of pushback and saying what is the changes that you need. So we'd love to hear from you. And the Honorable Prime Minister has a 60,000 crore budget to revive all the ITIs. I'm sure you would have heard of it. And that's where private sector also has to chip in. So the first project that got cleared and grounded is in Andhra Pradesh, in the entire country in Andhra, by ArcelorMittal. So Adat was kind enough ki hum karenge. So we're doing even the ITIs. So even we worked with, when the leadership of Royal Enfield met me, I told them to adopt an ITI. I said, you take it up. You take up one ITI. And I have the staff, I have the whole 9 yards. But you know, you understand what you need better than I do. Aap engine de do. Give me engines so that, our kids can train, learn, build, so that they're ready. From day one, they're ready, they're job ready. If not Royal Enfield, they'll go to Hero Motors, which is already right across the street. Or various other companies. Kia is in Andhra Pradesh already, and Isuzu is in Andhra Pradesh, and few more are coming to Andhra Pradesh. So opportunities are numerous. If each institution can adopt an ITI and a higher, and then guide these institutions, then a lot of change can happen, and that's exactly what we are now doing in Andhra Pradesh. Now, on a scale 1 to 10, if 10 is the ideal state, where are we? I believe we are at about 2.5, 3. So, but we have 7 to do. So, and we are in that process. So, I have a very young IAS officer who's my commissioner I hired. Brilliant guy and very focused. And we are in the process. So, we'd love to take your advice, your guidance to also build this entire ecosystem out.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jai Hind.
Good.
Go ahead. Ladies first. Ladies first, sir. Ladies first. Yeah. Then we'll come back to you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Saloni Sureka. We met earlier today. I'm into gold jewelry wholesale and manufacturing business. And in fact, I've been supplying to Guntur, Vijayawada, Narsapur, Bhimavaram. I've visited most of these states personally also. I wanted to understand, does the government have any plans of opening any dedicated jewelry park over there? And is there any benefits that you offer to manufacturers to set up over there?
Oh, wow. So why am I saying wow is because my constituency, so I represent a constituency called Mangalgiri,
Okay.
which as a political party, we won it after 40 years. So we have 30,000 workers in this sector, and my dream was to build an entire gems and jewelry park
Yeah. Which is
in Mangalgiri. So I would love to have this conversation on the sidelines. We want to build the entire ecosystem from design to skilling to potentially lab-grown diamonds. Getting energy incentive also, because energy is a huge part of lab-grown diamonds. So we'd love to have this conversation.
100%, sir.
We want to build the entire ecosystem there. So you have a 75-acre park ready.
Okay.
We're just about doing all the other infrastructure that's required. So we'd love to work with you.
And Andhra Pradesh is one of the biggest consumers of gold jewelry. So
Second largest in the
second
country.
largest.
Second largest in gold, yes.
Yes, in gold.
Probably diamonds were number 1. So. Raji? Yeah, no comment. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, again I have come back in between you. मैं श्री कुमार लखोटिया हूँ, भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रवासी प्रकोष्ठ, अपना जो मारवाड़ी परिवार होता है उसका मैं अध्यक्ष हूँ, ऑल इंडिया एंड इंटरनेशनल। 6 तारीख को, अब आप तो अपने परिवार के हैं, तो मेरी इश्यूज़ को तो मैंने श्रीकांत जी को बता दिया है, तो मैं अपने यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि मेरा मोरल ड्यूटी होता है कि आई शुड नॉट डिस्क्लोज इट। बट है, छोटी सी इशू है, बट 500 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट इंतजार कर रहा है। और आपके पिताजी और सब हम लोग 6 तारीख को एक डायट शेयर किए थे जहाँ पे हमने कहा था कि सारे इन्वेस्टर्स आपके पास आएंगे, यानी बंगाल में आएंगे। तो लेकिन अब तो अपना परिवार है, टोटल नाउ इट्स वन फैमिली। सो इट्स अ ब्रिज बिटवीन आंध्र प्रदेश एंड वेस्ट बंगाल, इट कैन बी हैपनिंग दिस वन, दैट्स ऑल एंड मोस्ट वेलकम। सबसे अच्छी बात है कि आपने युवा को, सीईओ को अपने साथ रखा। सबके जितने हमारे जो ग्रोन फैमिलीज है ऑफ कोलकाता एंड वेस्ट बंगाल, यू आर सिटिंग विद द रियल सीईओज, एग्जीक्यूटिव्स ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस। सो कांग्रेचुलेशंस एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच।
सर, स्पीच में मैंने बोला था कि एंड ऑफ द डे स्टेट्स हैव टू लीड द वे। सो एंड आई थिंक लॉट वी हैव टू लर्न फ्रॉम ईच अदर, वी हैव टू शेयर आवर बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस। सो मेरे हिसाब से देश में एक काम करना है कि पूरे जो भी आईटी मिनिस्टर्स है उनका एक कॉन्क्लेव चलना है, और पूरे एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर्स का एक कॉन्क्लेव चलना है, इंडस्ट्रीज मिनिस्टर्स का एक कॉन्क्लेव कंटिन्यूसली चलना है, क्योंकि बहुत अच्छे प्रैक्टिसेस है। एंड आई बिलीव आई हैव लॉट टू लर्न from other states. I am equally here. जब मुख्यमंत्री साहब से मिला था कल रात, I learned so much from that interaction. And रात I think around 11:30 में सीएम साहब को व्हाट्सएप मैसेज भी आता कि बस मिनट्स ऑफ मीटिंग ये है, सीएम साहब का इंटरेक्शन ये हुआ है और टू डू लिस्ट ये है. So there's so much that I think we can exchange ideas and learn from.
Why I use this bridge? Because the West Bengal is now vacant land. There is no industry as of now. And जो industry है वो भी मरा हुआ है, तो जिंदा होगा। तो इंजीनियरिंग पार्ट आप संभालिए, टेक्निकल पार्ट आप संभालिए, मैकेनिकल एंड एग्जीक्यूशन पार्ट वेस्ट बंगाल संभालेगा। दैट्स व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग, एंड इट हैज बोथ विनर्स। थैंक यू।
Sir, one thing I can say is there's going to be a lot of competition from Bengal. मुख्यमंत्री साहब को मिलने के बाद मेरे को समझ में आ गया कि बहुत कंपटीशन आंध्र को आएगा बंगाल से।
100%।
और सर एंड आई विल बी कंपीटिंग ऑन सर्टेन इन्वेस्टमेंट्स मेरे को लगा है। I realized it after yesterday's dinner.
Truly, in just 5 weeks, I can say that it's like that कि हम लोग 800 साल, sorry, I'm talking in Hindi, I will talk in
हिंदी भी
English.
आता है सर.
So 800 years long, just like freedom we have got in West Bengal. So you are really lucky person, and I am thanking to youth, and they have invited at a very, 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 very beautiful weather. आज बरसात भी हो रही है
बहुत हुई.
और मौसम भी हमारे यहाँ बदल चुका है और बदलेगा, ऐसा हमारा सीएम भी कहते हैं. Thank you.
Sir, taking advantage of your presence here, just want to bring your attention to the fact that we also are planning to develop a green alloy plant, and that would need, of course, will be backed by green energy, that is solar and BESS, etc. But the, banking policies of the state, which differ from state to state, obviously, has some conditions which make it difficult and, force the developer to necessarily procure power from the grid, making it again uncompetitive. So we would give our feedback to the Economic Development Board. The intent is basically to highlight that those, pinpricks may kindly be taken care of.
No, in fact, I was sharing with sir on the sidelines. See, ferroalloys is a very important sector for Andhra. It creates quite a few jobs. And the major input cost for ferroalloys is energy. And every few years, ferroalloys comes back to the state care into the power prices come karo. I think, yes, we are willing to handhold the sector, no second thoughts about it, but I don't think you should be dependent on the government. Right? You should fight in the market and we should support you. So I had a conversation with sir about it where he said certain structural changes are also required. So as a sector, we can support. See, while I can't do it for all, because you understand I have my department also has to run. So there is a certain challenges innately that we have inherited. So while that may be, we'll work on it. I have agreed that ferroalloys, this is something when the leadership of ferroalloys met me. I said, get out of our shackles. Go build the PP plant, the solar plants. Banking ka jo hai, aap proposal de dijiye. I said, I'll get it done. Because it's costing us more. Every time you come and knock on our doors, and it's on record, it costs us more to give you subsidized power than giving you banking. I've done my numbers, I've done my math. So it's cheaper for me to give you banking than subsidizing the power every few years. And then every few years you need to come back, meet me, meet the leadership, then this whole process of file. The amount of time and energy we're wasting of the industry is just ridiculous in my humble opinion. So therefore we want to make this robust. So we'll do this policy framework and as a sector we'll give it. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. So there's a suggestion, like Andhra has been promoting very highly on the solar farm and all. There are two models. One is a developer who trade on the power. But my thought is, it is not very easy for 100% banking because the system gets blocked. And we have to also see a ecosystem where, the state and the manufacturer, they both are beneficial. It should not be anything which is subsidized is not for a long. So if a policy in Andhra is formulated where if we are generating a power in Andhra, solar, we have to consume in Andhra in the manufacturing space, which also creates an employment because other developers, they are buying the land, they are doing solar, they are selling it to SECI or to the grid, to the other. But ultimately, as a benefit from the state of Andhra, if any such policy where, things can create a different vertical from development to user and engaging the employment and generating the revenue and value for the state. So this is what I was thinking because any policy, it has to be certainly something should be sustainable from the state and all.
No, any policy we do should stand the test of time and politics, right? Saying that, sir, our vision is to do 160 gigawatts of renewable energy, which will come from solar, wind and pump storage hydro projects. All three put together is 160 gigawatts. There is no way I as a state will consume 160 gigawatts. Impossible. Even if I have to achieve, even at $2.4 trillion economy, 160 gigawatts, so I'm consuming nahi karenge. So there is no way I'll consume so much. So when the vision is so bold and clear, we believe that we should contribute to the nation. And that is the approach that we have taken. And we have allowed private players to go, it could be PPAs with other state companies, so on and so forth. And we want to create that kind of a vibrancy and a competitive spirit. But as a sector, see, there are certain sectors that create more jobs. And there are sectors that create more economic impact and larger ripple effect. Like if you look at data centers. Now, data centers is just the beginning. Now, the data is the oil, data centers are the refineries. But then the kind of jobs it creates is not just in the data centers, but the larger ecosystem, including the cooling system, the servers, manufacturing, assembly, the whole 9 yards is massive. So that is the approach that we're taking as a state. And that is what is differentiating us from the other states in India. So while we'll put guardrails, we believe that regulation should be meaningful and soft. Because if you look at it, our GST growth rate last month, we actually measure growth rate every month. Last month was 17%. Just 1 month, year on year, 17% last month. So my dream is that I have to double my GST. If I have to double my GST, I have to get all of them to ground. Sir, Vijay साहब को पता है how much I'm chasing him about grounding his project. Today he met me. I said, "साहब कब शुरू हो रहा है?" So he said, "यार plans are waiting for me to take a look." I said, "Boss, but जल्दी ground कर." So for us, grounding is something we're very passionate about. We are not here to sign MOUs. We don't want to sign MOUs. As a government, we are not very serious about MOUs. Shake hand, let's focus on grounding, and grounding. Because that's what even India is looking at, that's what the Honorable Prime Minister is looking at. And when only projects get grounded, see, we're talking about 12 lakh crores worth of investments committed, 24 lakh crores worth of investments committed to my state. Just grounding those will triple my GST income. Just grounding those projects, boss. And the ripple effect is going to be much larger. So I made a promise to my CM that was, allow me to ground, give me flexibility on that one subject. I will double the state GST. And we're seeing early results. ArcelorMittal, 1,700 people have already started working on the field, boss. And they're just beginning. Google has started its work. Reliance is going to start its work soon. A-Trunk, which is Southeast Asia's largest player in this ecosystem, they are also doing a project in Andhra. So I think we're just at the beginning. So 22 sectors. So Andhra is not just firing on one cylinders. You have seen V12 engines, you have seen V22. So 22 sectors will fire across board. Yeah, हमारा तो jet engine है इसलिए. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Nirmal from Shyam Metallics. I take care of flat steel division, which Bhushan sir mentioned. First of all, sir, the speed at which we got land allocation and the incentives which have been passed now, it is unbelievable. I mean, 45 days it took us to get everything through. This is my second experience with Andhra government. In my earlier company in 2016, when your party was in government, we could start from groundbreaking to production in 8 months. And this time it looks like the speed at which things are moving, and that's still a record. None of the companies have managed to do it in 8 months' time. And this time the speed at which we are moving, I'm sure we are going to break that record. Sir, one problem I would like to highlight, though Andhra is doing much better now, and hopefully in future this would be even bigger than Telangana, but still the air connectivity to most of the cities in Andhra is still through Telangana. So if something can be done about this, it would be a great help.
So I will ask my PR team to definitely cut this bite, give it to me so I can share it with Mocha, Minister of Civil Aviation, who happens to be from my party.
He's from TDP, so that's why this request, sir.
So Ram Mohan Naidu, I don't know whether majority of the members might not knowing, Ram Mohan Naidu is the Minister of Civil Aviation, is from Telugu Desam party. He is the youngest cabinet minister ever in Indian history. We have the youngest parliamentary party. I think it just got younger with our Rajya Sabha member also. We have a very young 41-year-old who's now become a Rajya Sabha MP, Vijay. Saying that, yes, we're working on connectivity. We are building Bogapura Airport, your colleagues here just shared. July we're going to launch, so that's going to connect a lot of Visakhapatnam much better. Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada terminal we are expanding. We had an issue with the erstwhile contractor, so that's an airport authority of India airport, so they had to terminate and they got a new one. We're working on connectivity, both domestic and international. Ram is very passionate about it and very serious about it. So we will connect. And I know, because I had to fly direct, I had to come from Vijayawada to here, so I had to get a plane and come here. It was not easy. I totally get it. We will fix that. Just bear with us. I think it was just about 6 months away. The problem is also that the airlines are ready, but the planes are not there. The planes are there, the engines are a problem. We've seen the challenges at various. So we are trying to request, beg, borrow, steal connectivity.
Thank you,
So that's a serious problem, and we'll work on it. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. I'm Balaji Pentala, Balaji Seeds Crop Sciences Private Limited, Hyderabad. Based on your hometown, sir, Amravati ke paas hamara Chirkulurpeta hai. We started business in 2017 in seed sector. In 2019, YSRCP government के हिसाब से हम वहाँ पे निकल के हैदराबाद चले गए. Right now we are very trustable. We build in Andhra Pradesh very trustable government, and we are very happy to come back with you. There we have to work in Andhra Pradesh. And आपको इंस्पिरेशन पे हमारा यूथ आंध्र प्रदेश का यूथ बहुत आज तेजी चलने की बहुत कोशिश कर रहे हैं. ईज ऑफ बिजनेस इसका साथ में ट्रस्ट ऑफ बिजनेस आंध्र प्रदेश. ईज ऑफ बिजनेस, स्पीड ऑफ बिजनेस विद के साथ ट्रस्ट ऑफ बिजनेस इन आंध्र प्रदेश राइट नाउ इट गोइंग. एंड वी वुड लाइक टू आस्क यू, जो पूरा सीड जो है आंध्र प्रदेश में ही प्रोड्यूस हो रही, like maize, worldwide maize is producing from Andhra Pradesh, and jute seed also from here, and in West Bengal is the most world biggest industries in jute seed. Yarn भी यहाँ पे तैयार होता है. Right now 88 mills here, but right now almost 20 mills are closed in West Bengal. We would like to basically Guntur people. 100% production is from Guntur. Jute seed is producing there and selling in West Bengal and Bangladesh. We are exporting. We are exporting a major exporter of Bangladesh, sir. And 3 countries we are exporting from Hyderabad and Guntur. So, आप जूट का यहाँ के गवर्नमेंट के साथ में और ICC के पे हम रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, जूट सीड में जो एक्सपोर्ट हो रही है, लोकल में सेल हो रही है, उसका सर्टिफिकेशन जो होता है, APSSC है हमारा सर्टिफिकेशन एजेंसी होता है गुंटूर में. वहाँ पे जो ओरिजिनल कार्ड जो आता है वो यहाँ पे डुप्लीकेट ज्यादा बन रहे सर. बेसिकली एंड बॉर्डर्स लाइक बनगांव, हिली एंड अदर थिंग्स. आई वुड लाइक टू इन्फॉर्म यू सर, प्लीज कंसर्न ऑफिसर को बोल के वो कम करने के लिए देखिए, क्योंकि हम आंध्र प्रदेश गवर्नमेंट को भी बहुत लॉस भी हो रहे हैं और यहाँ पे फार्मर को भी बहुत लॉस हो रहे हैं उसके बारे में.
Absolutely. Just on a side note, between 19 to 24, though there was a different government and there were challenges, whatever policies that we've done between 14 and 19 and the companies that actually ended up getting grounded between 14 and 19, while they didn't have tailwind, the government couldn't do anything to them because we followed due process. So even our capital city, when they tried to, change the capital city, they couldn't do it because the agreements were clear, was legally binding. So whatever we do will stand the test of time and politics. And on the agriculture bit, one thing that we're really passionate about, and we're working with a very large company, it will be unfair to name before we actually make the official announcement. But like the Indian School of Business you have seen in Hyderabad, we are going to build Indian School of Agriculture, where end-to-end research is going to happen, and we are going to create world-class agriculture commodities research happening from the great state of Andhra Pradesh. So I think that's a great opportunity. In terms of the certificates and all, please share a note. We'll definitely work with the government. Now we have a very proactive government here, so it'll become a lot easier to talk to the Honorable CM and get the ball rolling. Thank you.
I know the discussions can go on, but we have paucity of time. Very briefly, if you can mention if you have some proposal. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, my name is Anuj Uppal. One very big highlight I would like to give you, Bengal and Telugu films, we have got one similar name, both are Tollywood. Now, since we all break away from Telangana and Andhra, you have lost one very big opportunity. The film city, Ramoji Film City is very popular. People from Bengal films, they generally prefer that. I would like you to develop, because Pawan Kalyan is a very big star, I follow him. You must develop something like Ramoji Film City so that we can also travel there and a lot of investment. It's a very big market.
Sure. Thank you. Yes, please. It's working.
Ramoji Film City was built with a vision and a grit of a great person, Mr. Ramajrao ji. Way back, this project was envisaged, I think, in the late 80s, if I'm right, or early 90s. From then, it got built. So, definitely, entrepreneurs like you have to dream bigger than us to build that kind of an ecosystem. Of course, Pawan ji, our Deputy CM, is a great actor, and cinematography is with Minister Durgesh ji. He's also very progressive. So, film industry is also a very big economic driver. Definitely, production, post-production, whole 9 yards is a huge economic driver. And we're working on attracting even that sector. But definitely, as I said, about a stickiness currently to Telangana because of the last 60 years of development. But that's definitely one sector that we're working. But beyond new industry, we believe that creator economy is bigger. If you see, with the advent of the platforms, creator economy has become a lot bigger. So we are very excited to build a creator ecosystem. Short films to shorts to whole 9 yards. I think there's a lot more that we can do. So thank you for your feedback. Jay.
I know the discussions can go on and people would like to interact more and more, but all good things have to come to an end. And I would now request Mr. Bhajanka, our Vice President, to please deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Normally, I have very nice flowery speeches that are written on some notepads there, but I couldn't. I left my pad